For me, this is a rare and beautiful opportunity to be here with you, because I can share with you this strange experience of mine. What Serena was saying earlier about Italy's Prime Minister has meant that a lot of people in Italy have been isolated. Many people who often fall for what they've written, because the Prime Minister said, those who write about the mafia promote the mafia. Unfortunately, such a sentence constitutes real damage, because the criminal organizations for years, for decades, have taught how to lead crime to the Montenegro, the Mexican mafia, and all these different organizations inspire themselves to the Italian ones. So paradoxically, this is in tune with what Italian mafiosi say. In the 80s, an Italian boss called Michele Greco said that the persecution he was subjected to, so the Italian judge's behavior, was due to films such as The Godfather. Therefore, the Italian magistrates wanted to find Michael Corleone and would make up the existence of the mafia. And I can say that by recounting these things, we can transform them. And I'm very happy to be here, because we need the help of the international community. The problem that we face is not just an Italian one, it's an international one. Of course, you are the brave avant-garde of communication. When I go to Germany, to the States, to Canada, to Norway, to Spain, to Portugal, everybody thinks that these issues do not concern them. But Spain is full of criminal investment. So is Canada. Western Equatorial Africa is devoured by criminal organizations and narco-traffickers. France has criminal investment. Germany, the Balkans, countries such as Bulgaria are defined by people who study crime as mafia states. So the communication on these issues is still not very advanced, and Italy can therefore help very much, because it's the country where the most people have fallen fighting the mafia. One of the fundamental aspects of what is happening in Italy at this moment, also in Mexico, because these are the two countries cocaine is moving to and from. So if talking about these criminal organizations becomes an investigative business, there would be nothing to stop the investigation about them. And they know that. They want a journalist or a priest or a politician who are heroes, because these are isolated cases that can scare them to a certain extent. But what they don't want is that a big daily from Germany, Spain, Portugal, Switzerland, Austria can sell more copies because it's talking about them. Because that means that another journalist, another editor-in-chief will talk about them. They will get more money to carry out these investigations. So it won't happen anymore that a newspaper editor will say, well, who cares about these stories, because they're not going to make the headlines. It's no news. All over the world, I repeat, all over the world, so that means in Cuba, in Russia, and everywhere, criminal organizations do not want people to talk about them. They just want some isolated people to write about them.
Was it worth to risk your personal life for an outcome which is not clear yet? Thank you.
Allora,
I think that crime organizations can be defeated. They cannot be defeated starting with a local battle. It won't be just Italy or the Neapolitan magistrates, the ones who will defeat it. These are multinational issues that must be addressed by the multinational community. We are talking here in a continent when there is not a common anti-mafia law. In Swiss or in Switzerland or in Germany, there is not such a crime of the mob organization. They are trying to add it in Spain. So that's why the various mafias are very proficient. So if you then arrest them in, I don't know, in Naples, it won't make sense because they might run away to Belgium. I think there might be a change, but I think that first of all we should fight economic investments and then have a better international cooperation. As for your personal question, it was a bit of a bizarre situation because I never thought I would find myself in this situation. And I was at a crossroads at one point. At the beginning, when Espresso, the weekly magazine, started protecting me, saying that something was happening around me, I could have left. I could have left for Norway or Finland because they had offered asylum to me. I could have disappeared just like that. But then my ambition played a role. That's why I decided to stay with a big dream of keeping the light on. And my ambition was quite great. I wanted to achieve my self-accomplishment with the attempt of changing the way things are. I don't know whether it's worth it, but I can tell you one thing to conclude. The most important trial against the Casalesi clan, the organization my book deals with, I mean, the first trial was closed after 11 years. The second stage was closed after a year, after the book came out, and the third in less than 11 months. As a result of the media attention, the legal proceedings have been speeded up. By the same token, now we are talking in international context. So that's why it was worth it, because now it has an international publicity, so it was worth it.